Alrighty. Hello and welcome to my part 4, the finale of replaying the Final Fantasy XIV Post-Trail Reborn. Where we left off, we unfortunately lost a friend. Her name was Moonbreeder. With her help, we found a way to defeat the Asians. And now, let's see what everyone else is, well, going now. Have you a moment, Leo? I believe Ida wished a word with you. I should consider a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbreeder's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. Okay, I'll help her. Ida, you okay?
Hey, it's Leo! Great! Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know. The thing is, I know Moon will tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I found Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this one isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment, so I was wondering, do you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you, and the daisy, at Ratherfrost.
Okay then. Let's get the flowers. Or flower. Whichever. Hey up. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trigger to trade? No, payment for the flowers. Huh? They got you running errands now? Them sons really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Saying the savior of Orisia to a bleeding market? Fine use of your time, that is. Seriously though, you best learn how to say no. They'll have you monkeying out the chocobo stables next. Well, hard for me to say no, cause I'm mute. Anyway, what is you were here to pick up? The moon daisy, was it? Here then, take it. And tell the Ida lasses I've got a wide selection of headwear to stock if she's ever decided to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. God knows she needs to. What's wrong with her mask? It looks nice.
Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And when I tell her I like it just fine with the way it is, she says it again and then again and then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Yeah. Moon daisy. Moon daisies are often hung to rafters, trees, or other elevated locations to represent the celestial body when performing holy rituals to the goddess Menfina during daylight hours. Moonbreed, I love these things, you know. I hope that somehow she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
What?
Is that what I think it is?
Yep, dragons.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I
We
hear
have
you up and
received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Well, that's not good. Couple of dragons attacking Ishgard. And I guess it's up to us to stop them. Right, I'm here. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbreeder's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leaves us little time to mourn. The envoy from Coethus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. The envoy is here. And it is Lucia, sorry. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries if I may. Certainly. You come with the news of the Dravanians? Aye. The dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the central highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Emeric himself sallied forth with contingent of temple knights, and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcement you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Emmerich would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. I shall depart to Coerthas at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the Grand Companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need say no more. Consider our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance. I can well imagine how our plea will be received. Yeah, immediately. Hey, this is Ishgard. Hey, can you help us? Hello? Hello? But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well, I shall send an invoice to each of the allied nations, and have them present your request directly to the heads of the Grand Companies. In the event that your plea does receive a favorable answer, I know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emmerich's authorities in this matter, and our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. See? Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard's summer and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. 'Twould seem that road leads us to both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Leo.
Meanwhile, at Castlevania.
Iceheart.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
Oh crap! She knows how to make a spirit bomb. Oh, shields down.
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
It seems I was the swifter, Leo. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about the camp tell me of some manner of trouble at the Gates of Judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. Gates of Judgment. That's pretty hardcore. Mark the nervous glance our friends share. The dragons have attacked, yes, but something else has occurred. Something unexpected. Let us question the knights here ere we proceed. Well, got something to say? Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections! I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. Okay. Heretic fanatic? We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. About you. The Gates of Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magic wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. When I lay eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. Aha. Well, they all shaking in their boots. It would seem the heretics struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at the Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. Then you've learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Emeric awaits you. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed, if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid, and return to the Camp Dragonhead. Lord Harshavan will know where Sir Emeric means to receive us. Yay, we'll see our buddy Harshavan. I mean, Lord Harshavan, to give him some little bit of respect. It is reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence strokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived, and will treat with you in the intercessory. Okay, thank you, Harshavan. Buddy, old pal. Yeah, let me in. It's freezing here. Oof. Hey, Emeric. I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologize for my absence.
Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian. Hmm? That's not Estinian. Oh, there. Hmm? Oh, it's a dragoon. A rare breed. May I present you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lands, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, has chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So, you are the avenger of whom they spoke. I see why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we all have been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we've learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. It would seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg? One of the 7 great worms? His name features prominently in our nation's history, though once defeated by the hero Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Coertha since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars of our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasure relic of Ishgard and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of its strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. Why, that's just one eye. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But those stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics. The dragons are not another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob then of their strength. Through the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is easily true of the great worms. They who spend centuries slumber, only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 'Twas 20 years for him to gather his strength, and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seemed primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature then? Of that we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such question aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rent in Ishkar's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem. You have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander. Yet I cannot help but Yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzea Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during the Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Coerthas would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Guardian's arrival, that is. For you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Coerthas. They would not even have to draw steel. Good point. An Imperial province sharing a border with Mordona? Seven hells. Ahem. Very well. We will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not. I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance of this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then the worm who roared? Was Nidhogg. Aye. He means to hurl his horde against Danifen's color, and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt. The worm has summoned his minions to war. Ah, crap. Okay then, guess we're up against Nidhogg. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister state of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Emmerich was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open the gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Okay, so where to go? If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the Descendant. Fine. So, you're Estinian. Nidhogg. He is the source of our suffering. If we do not fell the worm, these endless clashes count for naught. Okay then. You are this game's Batman. Well, I guess we'll see more of you in the future installments, huh? Wink, wink. Hey girls, how you doing? If you're looking for the scions they already left for the Alliance nations, I do hope Ishgard will be saved. Considering recent history, will there be any amongst the Alliance willing to aid the Holy See? Ishgard has few friends at the bargaining table. Yeah, they really has a low. How about you three? Though I never see one myself, it is said that Dragon Lair just beyond the borders of my homeland. Should events take turn for the worse, we are fortunate that this settlement is such a popular crossroads for so many veteran adventurers. The town has been calm through all this talk of war, but if those dragons come to Revenant's Toll, there'll be a panic aplenty, I'd wager. Yeah, there'll be a mass hysteria. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Yo.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end.
Will do.
For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
Something's off, I wager. Bid the Archons travel to the assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company's soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders of grant such support I leave to Alphinaud. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I will have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Coerthas. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slavborn on the brewing conflict, and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for naught that might win its way over to our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest that you leave Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration, and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. Alrighty. Hey there, girl. We are rather close to Coerthas, aren't we? We best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we also need to have beds and bandages they are just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Leo. I've 101 things to discuss with Slavborn. So Menphilia has committed to the science to Ishgard's cause, has she? Though she may makes her pronouncements with unshakable confidence, I can only imagine how agonizing it was for her to arrive at this decision. So many lives at stake. The threat of war sow panic and confusion, and routine tasks can offer calming stability, being sure that larder is properly stocked, for instance. Right then. Volunteer Dragon Slayers. Nice. I wonder why that is not like a title you can give to your character. Volunteer Dragon Slayer.
I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Earthus, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for the infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and will return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fight itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgard's soil. I'm certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues of your behalf. You might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about the town who will answer to a call to arms.
Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse.
Hey, you want help taking down some dragons? Spare me a talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. What's up? Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but I ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to a scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plants. A lad from little Alamigo by the name of Wilred was there with the fort that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? No, I haven't. Gosh damn, I fear as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, then black market weapons went missing from our vault in Uldar. So now, of course, half the braves suspect the lad of making off with their goods. Folk like to believe our company is disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and a grand company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. That ain't a steady pay. Now, compared to most others in this crew, Buller is a fresh-faced novice, a bleating whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talk about being guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bucker off like that. He ain't the type. And then, and this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted me to tell you about something queer he noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye ain't young Wilred. Any road, we got a war to wager, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Leo. Thanks. Good to know. Whoa, a dinosaur. Hey, yeah. Volunteer my service in defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I don't mean to offer them mine. It was to escape such fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddle behind an icy wall. Fair enough. Anybody up here? You wanna slay some dragons? Sell me blade for the Ishgarians? Well, them dragons are fearsome lads, but I slay me fair share of the coin was good. I worked for one of them knights before, you know. Watch me like a bloody hawk he did. Still I put up with the worse than that for a heavy purse. Ha. What about you? So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, huh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege. Those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. If I pledge myself to the guard Revenstall. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do? What to do?
Well, it was a bust, Ataru. There you are, Leo. So, did you sway any hearts? One or two, eh? Well, to mine that makes 3 or 4, not including Slathborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say one Revenant's tall veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at ease. At least. Oh, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphinaud. Apparently, the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight. And they requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you best make your way to Ul'dah, or you'll be late. Alphinaud said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. Back to Ul'dah then. Ethernet, the Chamber of Rule. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I hope to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent requests for an audience have prompted a gathering of the Council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The Alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we?
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Brave's intervention.
But...
Ul'dah has none.
Okay.
Gridania does not object.
Good.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphinaud. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
Thank you.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adeleji and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye. Support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again.
I'll think of something.
If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
Yeah, she looks kind of depressed.
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
So only a handful of people. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a continent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Harshavan and Sir Emmerich to their fate. We must abide by their council's decision, as swordchild as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Ilbert, what news? The assault is begun? We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durante at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I'm able. Leo, I will have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you need it most. May the gods grant us victory. Oh boy. So we're now up to a fight.
Hey, I'm here to fight for you. You're the appointed captain of the Cellsword continent? Then welcome. There's no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, the Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I will have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain to the steps of faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report to me once the advanced skirmishes are slain. Alright then. This is what must be done. First, put on this. And before that, I must check one thing first. Take this out, so that we may see the cutscenes. And let's go. Hopefully I can do this on solo. We'll be fine. Well, I'll be fine. Whoa, that's a huge dragon. Okay, let's dance. No, you don't. A little bit more. And he's down. Nice. Huzzah. Shortcut. Let's get out of here. Oh. Oh my, did I just... Oh god, did I just accidentally skip ahead? I think I just skipped ahead a little too early. Commander. For the Horde! What news, adventurer? Reinforcements? Decimated, you say? Dravanian devils! Damn their scaly hides! Hold fast to your grief and fury, sir. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Yeah, now we must... we have to do that. The duty. Here you commit yourself to the siege. You should know that it is you what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the city of clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that from the barrier we call Danifen's color. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection. Thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. All now rests on us, adventurer. Lead your comrades out to the steps of faith, and prepare to meet the Horde. May the Fury guide your blades. Well, as you see from that quick preview, now we do the steps of faith. Well, at least it was a warm-up for the real fight. Okay, take two. We can now skip this. Leo, come back here. There we go. Okay, now we've cleared this raid. Yeah, you better run. The dragons, they're withdrawing. Victory is ours. Ah. One of Nidhogg's greatest champions, slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. But what of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Maybe you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter. I shall slay Iceheart, and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidhogg, and your death will state my lance. Istinian just went. I have to go. My planet needs me. Leo! The dragon are routed. Lest you wonder, the fighting at Steel Vigil was also fierce. But my crystal braves were not fun wanting. Fun wanting, that's the way you say it. Commander Leveilleur, Leo, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks. Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all the dragons are fled, and they are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray, let us meet anon, that I may express my thanks with the proper courtesy. I too would offer my thanks, Leo. Though your deeds, we have achieved a victory of singular importance. With the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world,
but I'm confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean Alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Asians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step, we march ever nearer to our goal. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come, and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I, for one, would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievements. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilbert back to Ul'dah, and reassign those braves whose squad suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return to Revenant's Toll, and share your tale with Minfilia in person. Okay. Yay. We beat the Horde. For the Alliance. I don't know what they say. I never played World of Warcraft. The only time I ever thought about playing World of Warcraft was when the South Park made that one episode when the kids were playing it. Leo, welcome back. Alphinaud sent word of the siege, and of course of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, Leo. Thank you. You must be weary, Leo, and now may very well be your only chance to... And Descendant! Hey, Tataru. A messenger from Ul'dah arrived with a missive for you. The Royal Seal. Curious indeed. Ah, an invitation. On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul'Namo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ul'dah in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you for your valiant efforts as commander of the adventurous continent, and the Archons for their earnest attempt to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such celebration. All three refuse to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords, many of whom perished ere the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek up to share in the glory of your triumph? But mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Eorzean Alliance. We have scarce had enough time to mourn Moonbrida, and I for one am in no mood to carouse, but I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It will be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero would not be present. Pray content yourself with the thought that such occasions may bring about the momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. Tataru, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions. Of course, Descendant. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Ugh. Sigh. Curious. I have never known Tataru to sigh at such requests. Could I be amiss? Something is fishy. And don't mind me, I just ate fish, so it's not me. So don't worry about it. Hey. Tataru. Pretty lady. Where'd you go? Tataru is conspicuous by her absence. Flamin? Tataru? I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think of it, she did seem rather preoccupied. Wonder why? How are you holding up? In Doma, fidelity is highly prized virtue. Perhaps it is a difference in culture, but this situation lies outside my comprehension. Do we now have more pressing matters to attend to? A primal shackles is faithful with the bonds of eternal devotion, but I fear the power Thangred wields over his admirers is rather more fickle. Especially when each realizes she is not the sole object of his affection. Yeah, he's quite a ladies' man. Oh, I see a couple of people. Oh god, make it stop! My side's about to burst! Hey, yeah. What's going on here?
Ladies, please, this is no way to... Oh, hello, Leo. I was just, entertaining some friends. Oh, god.
Seems you have a squabble here. Cat fight! Both figuratively and literally. Oh, we got more guests. Welcome to my stream. Now, where is Tataru? Ah. There you are. What's up? Oh, Leo, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Memphilia before things get any worse. Well, you always know what to say, Leo. I'm glad we had this little chat. But I didn't say anything. Huh. Well, as long as it helps. I would just stand around and look at them. Yes, Tataru? You have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject, that with all their recent excitement, but Leo made me realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest. But I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Antecedent. There is, in fact, something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the Adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Horty Boulder and Coltonay have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it seems only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself, and others more importantly. When I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard.
Whoa, hey! That's the first time I've seen almost being knocked out into the ground by a Lalafell. I've never seen Miss Tataru so determined. Has aught befall with which I might help a descendant?
Not at the present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me?
Oh yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while on patrol. I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer, of the capable kind, of course, be assigned to our party.
Very well. I shall consider the potential candidates, and provide you with a replacement as soon as I'm able.
My thanks, Descendant. I take my leave of you.
So Tataru wants to have a fighting class too. The power to defend oneself. Tataru has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think of it, I do recall Oriange mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanema. Mayhap she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsa. Yes, that would be the weight of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guard and see all is well? It is doubtless unwarranted, but surely I'm not alone in my concern for her safety. Alright, let's go see Tataru. The Arcanist Guild. Where all the summoners and scholars come from. Seems to go deeper. Hey Tataru, looking good. Leo, what are you doing here? I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru, shall become a great and powerful arcanist. And now at Mistress Thubirgraim's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise. Until we meet again. Just a sec, I must. Remember, people, always report these kind of guys. RMT is never funny. Greetings, and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance? So you are acquainted with our newest member, I'm sorry to be a bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru may not be ideally suited to be the study of Arcanema. Nevertheless, she should not be denied, and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some might say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. And though it occurs to me, why not supervise Tataru's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have on hand. A trial will be conducted at the cliffs south to Zephyr Gate. You need only observe at a distance. And another. The Zephyr Gate. Over here. Over there. O'er azure seas to Pirate's Port, where she met her shining jewel. For the brimming sparklers plans for naught, came the lass who none could fool. Beat 'em with the backdraft, gaunt 'em with the gust, deck 'em with the downburst, go Carbuncle go! Ho! Are those crates I spy? Ah, and this must be the true test. Well, we're ready for that, aren't we, Carbuncle? Carbuncle? What? Hey! There, he just went. Uh-oh. Wah! Come back, Carbuncle! Come back! Hey, how's it going? I should know you come, Leo. You needn't say a word. Your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own Carbuncle, and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I will inform Mistress Thubergame of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanema, like so much else, is beyond me. Aww, baby. Now, where's the closest teleporter? Just right in front of me. Take me to the Arcanist Guild, please. Ah, back so soon? How fare a fledgling Arcanist? Abysmally, Mistress Thubergame. Abysmally, as Leo will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist. Wrong as usual. I'm completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all become to accept our limitations, lest your ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanema. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such capable and good-natured receptionists in their service. Would you not agree? Yeah, she's the best. You're too kind, Mistress Thubergame. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart, and try not to be discouraged. So, what's up? What now? As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Wonderful! Then to Costa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Costa del Sol? What's there? Well, right now there's the summer event, but nevertheless. Aw, you look so cute. Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to look. There is a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore. One which produced the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are so covered in by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. So, found any? A fortune! I already found one! Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. Okay, I'm on guard duty. Ah, over there. Aye. Kapow. Well fought, Leo, well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I'd make charms up for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and the other people, in a way. Right, well, I mustn't keep Flamin waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the Scions in the Luminsen markets. She may have an eye for quality, but have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the Antecedent, and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, Leo, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Bye. Well, Tataru is fine, so we're reporting back. Everything is okay. Mine sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request.
You're welcome. And the next one.
I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Hoary Boulder with capable adventurer? Well, I'm sorry to say that I have yet been able to do so. Now I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer, and that escort duty is frankly beneath a man of your talents. I have no one else to turn to at present. Might you be willing to forego rest and assist us in this matter?
Sure.
Generous to a fault. I thank you, Leo. Now it seems only fair that I explain the importance of the task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety, and so we ask the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Hoary Boulder and Colton were to act as two such escorts, as was a third adventurer. Alas, due to injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon you your goodwill. You truly are pillar of strength, Leo. Hoary Boulder will share with you the details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside. Be safe.
Hey boys. I had no idea that you were be assisting us personally, Leo. My sincerest apologies for dragging you into our affairs. Hey, it's okay. I'm willing to help. Huh, Leo. It is true that you agreed to lend us a hand?
Yep.
Huzzah! What did I tell you, Colton? Our misfortune has become a blessing. An opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light himself.
Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route?
True, but our mission is the same. Separated by months we may be, but in spirit we shall be together.
If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think then. 2 more practical concerns. Leo, will I have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud?
He is waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Leo, in spirit. We shall be together every step of the way.
Okay. Let's assist this scientist. Hey, are you the scholar?
At last the science man deigns to grace me with his presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Hisomhar. Come, we are late enough as it is.
Sheesh, fine.
Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions. Then please, stand at an appointed distance and keep watch for wild beasts.
Lo behold, beasts. Got what you need?
I see that we have both completed our respective tasks. A satisfactory outcome, though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, stake Boulder awaits, shall we?
This one really needy scholar.
Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work.
Interesting combination. Bats and a walking tree.
Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I am not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let's quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task and ensure our safety.
Yeah, I'll do it. You. Determined little balloons.
This data should prove invaluable to... Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoids while my back was turned? Quickly now to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal.
I get hell with this one. Boom. Now then, do you have everything you need?
You chose to paddle in the anchor a while longer, I take it. No matter. I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there has been a measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient ether. concentrations since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. Okay. For our next survey, I will have you escort me to Earth's fount. The ambient ether's concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, an anomalous fluctuation should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now come along.
Sometimes I regret being too nice. Okay, we're at the right place.
You should be more than familiar with their procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements. Yes, quite high, yet still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th astral era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else? Something else. Something else. Scion! Scion, come here! I need you!
Huh? What the? It's... Wilred!
Fear not, my friends. Help has arrived.
There you are, Leo. Hori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour.
Got it like a hog. But not by one. No, these wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put much for the fight either. Nearly a mark on his sword or his shield.
I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What caused that Willard to come here?
What should we do?
We will see to the scholar's protection, Leo.
Aye, and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The Descendant will want to know what happened here.
Okay.
And so do I.
Well, we now know what happened to Wilred. Poor kid. Okay. Leo, you returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Wilred dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Alfino at once. He'll want to conduct a full investigation, and send word to Wilred's family. God, he was just a boy. Who would do this, and why? That I'd like to know myself. Though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. Hello, Drake. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commendation of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people has stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight with in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Asians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the primals still plague us, and the Empire still blot our subjugation, and our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were both bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Moonbreeda. This is the victory we have wrought, and is a bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front that might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take on my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah, that we might take our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tataru and Lamin a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of their fragment chamber. Okay, it's time for the banquet. Off to the big soiree, Leo. Raise the glass for me, eh? Do not. You don't look to be best pleased, lad. Something on your mind? Yeah, we found Wilred dead. Actually murdered. By the Navigator! Wilred's dead? God damn it! They must know they've been rumbled. I mean, solid! Just past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had to dig around, on the quiet like, and sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins been made into the Braves coffers courtesy of a Dodo Consortium. A tough name for a business I ever heard one. Which is that which first gave me an inkling that something wasn't right. So I went through the ledgers again, and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find a common thread.
All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give you the bastard credit. He's sharp for the amateurs that we are. Short of calling one of his businesses the bloody bribery consortium, I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men on the first and third were talking Telegi's coin. But now we know as some of them are. I'll wager me right eye they're the ones what did for Wilred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention, he was. Should have seen at a time, but I didn't. God damn me. Still, I don't see what Telechi hopes to accomplish. He hid his scheme with all the care for a drunk pissing into the wind. No, he's clever than this, so we need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll ever repay his credit of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have me word. And Leo, mind yourself when you're in Ul'dah. We're heading to a storm. I can smell it. The kind that'll sweep a man overboard and drag him onto a floor he knows it. The storm is coming. Well, guess we'll go to Ul'dah then. Ul'dah then. Ready to celebrate. Celebrate good times, come on. The Chamber of Rule. Hey guys, you're all here. If I did not know better, I should think of our bard had a run afoul of another jilted lover. I do hope Ida is not under the impression that we are here to make merry. We are ostensibly the descendant escort, after all. It's a banquet, so there'll definitely be food. But will there also be dancing? And if there is, will it be before or after the food? Dancing on a full stomach is no fun, but neither is being hungry. What to do? Thancred, see some ladies? Is that? No, just my imagination. Oh, pay no attention to me. This is a habit from my misspent youth, looking over my shoulder from time to time. Aha. We've been waiting for you, Leo. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I hope that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momoni just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. The quicksand, huh? We look on ahead, Leo. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Momoni, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. So Thancred is making calls to Momoni, huh?
Hopefully not as the kids would like to say, sexting. Nah, she's too classy for a Thangred. She knows what's up. So, what do you want? I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, Leo. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Aliana, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Yes, I did. Well, anyway, she came around for a meal not so long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Save the others ended up dragging you to the feast. I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west at the Cover and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I've thought those signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to confess her undying love. Why not? I mean, I'm handsome. I can dig it. Can you dig it? Over there, okay. Let's go, Quicksilver. Oh yeah, my chocobo, his name is Quicksilver. A little bit of trivia. Well, look at that little minion. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to follow by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but no sign of Alian. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Curkern and the buzzing of Sirfits, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice the vile light on your feet. Leo, is that you? What brings you out this way? Laurentius. It's you. Lieutenant Alian? Why no, I haven't seen her about. Has she come this way, I guarantee we will have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city environs, on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be on your way to the honored guests. Enjoy your well-deserved respite. I pray return to Ul'dah, Leo. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here. Uh-oh.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
She has been filled with determination. Now to show this vial to Momori. I'm back. I reckon you head straight to the feast after meeting with Alian. What's the matter? No appetite? Well, I didn't see her, but I found this. So she wasn't there, but this was her? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist vial, but beyond that I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping though. Any road, no use worrying about Alian. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you got more important things to think about. Alright, this is it. Would you believe that while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems her great desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you at the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go on then, go!
You needn't trouble yourself so. Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light. I am.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
Shoo! Did somebody call about me?
He will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required his attention, but it did not sound serious.
So, Her Majesty wanted to see me.
Well, it's been ages since last time we talked.
Bum 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 ba-dum.
Nice.
Thank you for coming, sir. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Or if you're ready, it will be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith.
Yeah. Here we go. To those who have played this before, you know what will come.
Enter. Your Grace, your guest has arrived.
Hello, Your Majesty. Looking pretty as always.
Come in and take your ease.
"'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words, after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, Now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon. You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go. Your Grace.
So, Your Majesty, what's this occasion?
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience.
Mm-hmm.
The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion.
Oh, is it something serious?
I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy.
Say what?
You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence.
Yeah, I've seen it, unfortunately.
But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few.
That's very brave of you, Your Majesty.
Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Reborn, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand.
I always... Yes. I will protect my bro, Reborn.
You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
Definitely.
I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. How much we have both changed since that day we met beneath the Sultan tree. And the days ahead promise to change us further still. I hope that we will recognize ourselves when all of this is over.
I'm sure we will. Well, to our health.
Nanamo!
Huh?
Your Grace!
It is not what it looks like.
Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine? You did this!
Hey, hold on a minute. I didn't do nothing.
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance.
Boys, it wasn't me.
I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
Hey, don't come any closer. I know how to punch. But it will just make it worse if I start fighting back.
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
A coup d'etat. I knew that flipping the finger stance was
what
bad.
do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
Ah, crap.
What is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
Meanwhile...
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps? Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without Her Grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in Her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner!
Oh, man. Easy, man.
This man stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo, and his suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison Her Grace was found upon the assassin's person.
So that's what the bottle...
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded Her Grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
We were invited.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Yeah. Without us, Ifrit would have obviously been destroying Uldar as of now.
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh, yes. I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead.
Reborn, calm down.
Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
Oh man. I hate to see him like this.
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
This here, ladies and gentlemen, this here is the reason why the great meme of Final Fantasy XIV is to never trust a Lalafell. This man right here is the sole reason for it. Just look at him.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Rip and tear. Most satisfying kill in a video game ever. Now the Mad Bull is mad.
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow Syndicate members.
He deserved it, and you know it.
You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
Oh, not you too.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Oh, his arm cut off. Ooh.
Oh, Reborn!
7 hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
Ah!
Oh, God.
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have.
Oh, come on. Reborn worked for it. For years. At the Colosseum.
You are not the man you once were, Reborn. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die!
What anime BS is this? Huh?
I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Okay. Thank you, Reborn. Let's go, guys. Go, Reborn! This has gone so wrong. Oh, so wrong.
Ah, there you are.
Thancred.
Thancred! Where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers.
When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
Yeah.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
At least be something.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share poor Nanamo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Yeah, we are now wanted criminals.
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe has thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papa Shan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Nanamo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
Here they come.
The rest of you, go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancreds.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Meanwhile...
Now look what you've done.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
Come on, just sip a couple of either potions and you'll be fine.
This is so stupid. Scions of the Seventh Dawn! The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it!
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken!
Sorry I dragged you into this, Popolimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last. Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
She just pulled the level 3 Final Heaven. Well, we found the tunnels.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
Hear something?
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
Oh, great.
You two go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance? Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
'Tis done. Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell, Nymphilia.
Heidelin, she speaks to me.
She does? Why
No.
can I hear it? What? What did she say?
I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me.
What? No, I won't leave you.
Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
Nymphilia! Fine. Sorry, guys. Huh? Alphino?
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others?
No. Couldn't make it.
Damn that man! Teleji played me for a fool! I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
You're right, but who are you?
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
Hey, it's you. Nice to see you.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
Let's go. It's a full-on riot. This is bad. The Sultana is dead. The Scions don't know what happened to them. And we are now running away.
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour.
Said her brother was having some trouble down in Uldar, and likely needed a helping hand getting away.
Alizé?
Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon.
Yes, your timing was perfect.
Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alizé, but 'twould appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
And who might you be, young sir?
Yes. Who are you?
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames.
The Vice Marshal?
I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Uldar. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
You're Raubon's son?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course.
Oh.
'Twas only as we were leaving Uldar that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end...
You were used.
'Twas I who needed saving.
That too.
The soldiers keep searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Uldar and get a lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. He'll be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come.
Thanks for everything.
Alright, let's go.
Well, this is a fine pickle. How could I have been so blind? We were all ignorant. The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. Though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, Leo, and I long have looked forward to our first meeting.
Needless to say, this is not all who I envisioned it. Master Alphino, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Leo are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Tarpin, but Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Sid, my man. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly? Then he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend us to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monetarists and the Crystal Braves. Korthas, Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everyone. Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monetarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states. But know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and his allies, no matter what the Monetarists claim. Marshal Tarpin, I don't know what to say. Ha! Now that father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alphino. Your airship awaits. Well, thank you, Pippin. If you find your father, good luck. Up, up! There's no rest for the righteous. So, we now also met Rabon's son. Thank you, Sid. You're welcome. Good luck, you two. We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Haurchefant. Mayhap he will know what to do.
I remember when first time I played this scenario, I really felt dumbstruck to the whole thing. My character accused of murder, and all of my friends disappeared. Now only me and Alphino and of course Sid are the ones left. Lord Siobhan has agreed to grant us succor. He says that we will be safe here. Master Alphino told me your tale, Leo. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. It would be best if I explain it full.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The Temple Knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard.
That's great.
As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The falling snows, or some such.
Nice ring to it.
All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Sure. My new friends. Yeah. Yes. Let's go. Alphino! Leo? Is it really you? The Taru baby, you're safe. Aww. I'm so happy that you are. Well. I tried contacting Minfilia and the others, but no one would respond. And then Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Flaming told me to run, and so I did. I ran and I ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached.
I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I observed some of the braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. What? Yugiri? Oh yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. So that's what you look like. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and meet up with Uranger. When we told him what happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the Waking Sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently Uranger started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, huh? Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, so we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. My people are searching for the other Scions even as we speak, but we have met with no success as yet. I hope that you might be able to suggest further place to look. But you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only crystal braves await you there. Be that as it may, we yet have cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women, believe true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honor. Thank you, Yugiri, and to the Domans.
'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes, and look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves, and even the Scions themselves, as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos. 'Twas all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alphino.
Oh, hey, hot cocoa.
So, Master Alphino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alphino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefort. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
Yeah. And that is the end to the post-Realm Reborn storyline. Some of you may know or don't know that this post storyline was far more longer than it was normally. I don't know how many main quests there were, but it was more likely filler, as someone would say. More of a useless, constant back and forth, unnecessarily back and forth things. But luckily, one of the couple of updates later, well, during this last year, or no, this year they switched it, they changed it, so it was much less shorter. But yeah, next up will be the Heavensward, the first ever expansion for the Final Fantasy XIV. And that is another storyline that I don't remember too much about. Or Nanamo. Well, I'll let the credits roll and see if there's any after credits cutscenes. I'll let these roll in and keep in radio silence, so you may enjoy the music.
trust unto tomorrow. In one fleeting moment from the land of life glow. Yet in one fleeting moment for the new gift doth grow. In the same fleeting moment thou must live, die, and know.
We're back. Meanwhile, back in Uldana.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Habrea, Elidibus. Nabriales is no more.
The honor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making.
Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted.
We are of one mind.
The northern lands, then?
The earth is fertile, and the seed well sown. By my will they shall reap salvation, unlike any the world has known.
By his will.
By his will.
Rianche? I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak, and make thine intent known. I will speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star.
Meanwhile at Castlevania,
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond.
What other options we have?
Delusion, despair, death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
Well, whatever it may be, we must go in there. To Ishgard. To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope, and eyes fixated heavensward.
And that is the end. We now say goodbye to Realm Reborn and say hello to Heavensward next time. Thank you all for watching now and in the future when I upload this to YouTube. See you next time.